Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is BC. I am live right now simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook. I will likely do an Instagram live later as well. Welcome back, y'all. If you're new here on Facebook or YouTube, welcome. I'm now uploading exclusively to Bryan Casella 2.0. You guys know for the last 3.5, 4 years, I've been dealing with a ton of bullshit, when it comes to demonetization, being deplatformed, still demonetized on most platforms. It's ridiculous, but I'm going to be uploading on the new Bryan Casella 2.0 channel. I'll drop the link on Facebook if you haven't seen it yet. And we'll just keep moving forward. I don't know what other platforms I'm going to be on. I started uploading a little bit on TikTok just to kind of mess around with it and use the new platform. And yeah, so we'll continue with the regular scheduled program. The podcast, I upped it to 3 episodes a week now, Supreme being. That's still available on Spotify, iTunes, and all that fun stuff. But let's get into the meat and bones of the video now that people are joining. I scheduled this for 5 p.m. Eastern, and I will likely pick 1 or 2 nights a week, likely that I will go live on YouTube regularly and potentially Facebook as well. So let's begin. I named this non-negotiables that everyone must prioritize. And what I mean by non-negotiables, meaning like you can't get around these things. These are unavoidable regardless of what industry you're in. If you follow me just to like my posts because you like how I think or how I write, or you're a real estate agent, an entrepreneur, or a salesperson, or you like my opinions on relationships or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. These are non-negotiables, okay? And the first one is this. If you run a business, entrepreneur, real estate agent at any capacity, right? Any capacity. You need to understand this. You have 2 options when it comes to lead generation, being a lead magnet. You can either spend a ton of money to bring an influx of people and eyeballs, whether traditional print marketing, online social media advertising, right? Boosting posts, whatever you want to call it. You can do that. Traditional marketing, print, digital, doesn't matter. You can do that, which requires a lot of money. Or you can put in the time to be reaching out to people and talking to them and having conversations to promote your business, right? Those are really the only 2 routes. Yeah. And I want people to understand that either one of these, ideally both, but minimum, most people are going to have to prioritize that second one, meaning you have to get off your ass and talk to a lot of people every day. Emailing people doesn't count. Okay. You need to talk to people. I know we live in the age where we think we don't have to do it, but let's play that line a little bit. Okay. I'm new. I'm hungry. You know what? Screw the traditional stuff. I'm just going to do social media. Well, when I make my posts for the first probably couple months or year, 5 people are seeing my posts. My mom, my dad, my brother, and my uncle. Doesn't really help. So even that is going to require a lot of time and effort to grow to potentially later on attract the people that you want. So that's a work in progress that you have to build. It's not overnight. But additionally, when you go out and talk to people, you're having live conversations with individuals that give you live opportunities. Even now, when I want people to reach out to me, I'm still active in reaching out to them, right? Now, within this is one of the other points I'm going to cover, but I'll save that for later. But we need to be talking to people every day, engaging with people that could be potential customers, or you're spending a lot of money in marketing to create impressions, do print advertising, mailers, or something to get your brand out there. Right? So it has to be communicated. The more people know about your brand, the more potential opportunities that you can have, whether through actually you doing active marketing versus passive, right? Which is spending money. Okay. Ideally, you want to do a lot of this that then creates income that pushes into this, right? At the highest levels, you do both. With my team at the highest levels, we do both. Everything is both. Okay. So that's point number 1, because the more people that know about your brand, the more potential opportunities you have. If you talk to more people, more opportunities. More people see your brand, you market to more people, more opportunities. Pretty simple, right? But that has to be prioritized, and it's a non-negotiable if you want to grow your brand, if you want to grow your business, or something that you want to grow. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2 is the skill. All right? When I say the skill, the communication skill, right? That is the foundation to marketing, video creation, sales, and it's communication. And many of you on the surface level where you run to get the best line or the best tactics, none of that stuff works and none of that stuff matters, and it's insignificant because you don't have the skill. And because you don't have the skill, you don't have the confidence. That's why you won't make calls. You won't reach out to people. You won't do videos and speeches and webinars and home buying seminars, right? Or meetups or whatever it is. You won't do it, not because you don't know how. That's bullshit. Come on, that's an excuse. It's because you don't have the self-confidence, but what's underneath that? The competence, the skill to do it. So it would behoove you to build the skill and do whatever it takes, because that is universally applicable. You can take that anywhere, and it sheds and pushes to the side all of these mountain of excuses that we've created that is a surface level problem. Write this down. It is the symptom of the real problem. You don't have the skills, dude. That's why you don't have the confidence to do it. But then what do? We create convenient excuses and stories. I don't know what to do. That's bullshit, dude. We live in the information age. Even for free on my stuff, you can find out the 1, 2, 3 steps and the how-tos. That doesn't have any value. Anybody can find that. But again, that's been out there. Why aren't people executing at a high level? Why are they not consistent? Why are they not disciplined? And all these things. It's not because of that. It's because internally there's something off. And in many cases, that key item, when we get to the root of it, is they lack skills, which can be developed. You don't need to be born with it. You don't need to be special. And it's a non-negotiable that you build your skills. My best students have been working on their skills and continue to, right? I myself work on my skills on a daily basis. And that's why I continue to grow and push. And even if I get demonetized, it doesn't matter. I communicate better than the competition. My message will still get out. I'm still going to grow. We're still going to do our thing. Team BC University, Team BC Acquisitions, all these businesses that I have will continue to grow and flourish, because one of the foundational principles is high skill, high communication. Okay? You want to thrive in building relationships, friendships, dating, whatever it is. Right? This is a separate subject. Become a great communicator, especially if you're a man. Then you'll have the world at your fingertips. You want to be a great business person, great salesperson, great communication. There you go. You want to be a great video creator? Imagine if your communication was crisp and top notch. People would be hanging on your every word. It's simple, y'all. Right? So that's the second one. Okay. Number 3 is this. It is essential that you align yourself and continuously expose yourself to a tribe or multiple tribes of groups of people that are on the same wavelength as you on achieving greatness, a couple steps ahead of you, and everything in between. You see, this has been lost in translation for people. They think because they can pick up their phone and just watch something or see something that that's the same. It's not. Going physically to meeting up on Zoom and getting together with people who will push you, hold you accountable, be speaking about certain things, talking about certain things, and executing at the level that you want to execute and beyond is a non-negotiable. And in many cases, you have to go hunt those groups. You'll have to pay to go to an event, to get on a coaching program, to join a tribe or whatever it is. Do it. I still see people refusing to do this. And if you have to create it like I did in the beginning, before you catapult to what I just said, then do it, because that's what I did. Because I said, man, I can't find anybody that's hungry like me. And I did it. I created it. Then I evolved and went to events and all this other stuff, right? But you have to do something about that. You can't argue that if you're around a group of beasts, you and 4 or 5 other beasts, compared to being by yourself. Even if you're capable, even if you're great, even if you have high skills, it just doesn't compare. So again, that's a non-negotiable if you want to achieve great. I'm speaking to the person who wants to achieve greatness in life, not just one thing in life. You will do this. You naturally want to do this. Why? When you get around that, the energy is intoxicating. None of you who follow me, who don't have any proximity with me or aren't close to me, aren't a part of, when you came around, if you came around, even for a day, half a day, a couple hours, a couple minutes, you would leave that change and say, damn, I need to get around that more. That's why when people come to events, they're like, fuck, man, I need to become a part of, like, how can I get connected with you? Like, what do I need to do? Join the network, the coaching, like, what is it? Because they finally see the power of it. And it's not just me, it's everybody. It's the accumulation of all of it. Because when you tap into it, again, it's intoxicating if you're on that wavelength, because now you finally tuned in with something that's along the path of where you want to go. Even talking about it excites me. And there's no denying it. But I've been around that, and I continue to expose myself to that all the time. Okay. Number 4, you need to appoint somebody, hire somebody, whatever it is, that will point out the things that you don't see, tell you what it is that you don't know, and call you out on your bullshit. Period. The straight shooter, the coach, the mentor, whatever you want to call it. And when I say see things that you don't see, when you're active in whatever that arena is that you want to improve, hopefully in every area of life, right? When someone's appointed to look at that, to observe, to watch, to see, they point out everything that you're doing right and everything that you're doing wrong and what needs to change. You make the changes, you're aware of them, you have massive improvement, you start progressing, you have a lot more breakthroughs, it builds momentum, and now you're the snowball creating all this momentum. The effect intensifies and it intensifies. Now you're off to the races, whether that be athletics, business, finances, relationships, whatever it is. It starts to grow and feed on itself, right? But that eye in the sky, we can call it, sees things that you don't see. And if you're not aware of it, and again, this is an objective viewpoint from the outside, you won't know. And this is the key. It's not passive, it's active. Same thing with them telling you something you don't know. How can you be aware of something that you don't know? And when you're doing something new, you're pushing boundaries. You're, again, going for greatness. There's so much you don't know and that you don't see. That's normal. You're entering uncharted territory. How could you know? Again, speaking to the person who wants greatness. That's who I'm for. That's who I've been put on here for. That's who I speak to. Not the person who just wants average. They'll find me repulsive. They really will. Those are the people that say I'm on drugs and I'm crazy and all this other shit. I'm not for them. I'm not for them. I'm not the person that they're supposed to listen to. That's fine. But we, because I know I'm in that category in a lot of things, right? We provide something in a perspective and help and assistance and that eye that, again, is a trained eye and trained perspective that can help you. Imagine if I did that with somebody on sales or door knocking or all these things that I teach, right? And then I can teach them something and say, it took me, 1,000 hours to figure that out. And I just saved you 999. Aren't you happy? But again, you wouldn't know unless you went through it and then learned it and then found out later. And you could be like, fuck, man, I just wasted 999 hours. And we know time for most people is extremely precious. There's no price on it. You can't put a price on it. Ask that to a person who has to miss parts of their newborn child's progression through life, like achievements like walking and speaking their first word. They would give a body part to get that time back, right? And when I give it in that context, you start to see the importance of this thing. That's how valuable this stuff is, right? Another one that's a non-negotiable that you need to prioritize in every area of your life, your friendships, your business partnerships, your relationships, your business, right? Your physique, your diet and lifestyle, your routine, your schedule. You need to have not only a very high standard, but a strict standard, and you need to abide by it no matter what. And when someone violates it or you violate it, there's a consequence, and you stick to it. You know how many people I see, because I'm very heavy into the business world and real estate world, compromise their standards. They'll say, I'll never pick up the phone while I'm out there hustling. And the moment somebody calls them or emails them, ding, they get distracted. That's a standard that you broke. Therefore, what's on the other side or reward of that standard, you will not acquire and achieve because you broke your standard. It's crazy how people will compromise and they'll make up the looniest excuses. It's nuts. Can you hold the standard? Every business out there has a standard. Every top performing business, every top performing individual has a standard. Why can't you have a standard? Oh, I'm new. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if a business is day 1 or day 1,000 or 10,000. You have a standard. You set the standard, then it's up to you to hold it. Because when you hold it, that's when you get what you deserve. That's what you get, what you qualify for. And all these little metrics, right? It's like being at the gates of heaven, for those of you who believe in that, right? Have I met the requirements to enter? And having a standard in your life and your business is one of those requirements that we'll see. Imagine I go and I look at, okay, what are your standards? Give them to me. And I make an assessment. And then I see everything you've done, everything you've said. Would I be like, okay, you held the standard? Or would I say, you broke it, you broke it, you broke it, you broke it? No wonder you're broke. You broke every standard, you're broke. Your business isn't doing anything. It's not getting anywhere because you're not prioritizing your standards. Now, again, if you tie it with some of these points I said earlier, it would be very easy for you to handle that, to set a standard and to abide by it. If everyone around you is doing the same thing, you have somebody helping you put it together and all these things, you have examples. Now this thing becomes much easier and much easier and much easier, right? When you start tying all these things that I've discussed together. But these are prioritized non-negotiables, everybody. And the best way to do this is apply it universally, meaning you look at every area of your life and you improve it. Maybe you can tackle what you consider your weak link first. But this is how you start obliterating a lot of the excuses, a lot of issues, and you get serious with yourself. Like earlier today, right? I had a meeting with Ronnie. Shout out to him. He's visiting in Miami. We sat down, we talked for like an hour about what he wants to do. He's an old time friend and coaching member of mine, and he's doing big things. I showed him, right? I got my pad right here and my pen. I'm writing all the time, assessing these things and revisiting these ideas that I talk about continuously and refining it and making it better. And it's in my awareness, because that's one other thing that's a non-negotiable that you have to prioritize is awareness, focus, being in the present, not in la land in your head, right? Daydreaming doesn't get you anywhere. Focus, visualization, and using of your imagination, good. Putting pen to paper, good. In this one notepad that I have here, right? Wait, I have it in the other room. Never mind. I thought I had it here. I have excerpts of my books that I'm writing. I have content creation ideas. I have tweaks to my schedule, to my pitch, questions to ask prospects, information about customers, right? All this stuff that I'm always jotting down because that's in my awareness. And I'm here. I'm not in la land. I'm here building what I want to build. And the more time and focus and effort you put into this and your awareness is here, man, you'll start to flourish because everybody else is in la land. Everybody's on their phone. They're not in reality, dude. 0 point and 1 point reality, right? 1 point being what you think is real on social media. 0 point being here. I'm here, not over there. How many times do you know, and maybe you've fallen prey to this too, where you see something on social media and you think it's real, but it's not? Isn't that interesting? In the same reality here, we think this is fake and what's on the phone is real. Fucking insane. And people won't even look to verify it here. They just say, oh, the phone said it, social media said it, it must be true. Insanity. Then they wonder why their life is not together. 0 emotional intelligence, no structure, no fulfillment, no happiness, no friendships, no relationships, no communication skills. Everything is broken. Well, you're not living here. You're living over there. You're living in the dream world, dude. So these are a few things that I consider the non-negotiables that you need to prioritize. Because people see me as a creator and think I'm on my phone and all that. I'm not, dude. My time on social media is to create, to help, to produce, not to consume. Are you doing the same? Because even if you have a business, your stuff on social media should be to attract a business, to represent yourself as a brand and communicate that to the world. That way, when people are looking for what you have to offer, they can find you. That's the point. Not for you to sit there and scroll and share stupid memes. Come on, man. We got to get it together. Everybody's got to step up, okay? So I'll end it here. You have the links below. If you guys want to schedule a strategy session, I got you. If you want to check out what I have to offer, go to bryancasella.com. All the links are below. I'm doing the podcast as well. And I really sincerely appreciate the support, the people that are still here for the new YouTube channel 2.0, the podcast Supreme Being, and all the other stuff that we have to do. TBC Universities in full effect, which is the large accumulation and array of courses and coaching and all these things that I have to help. You're always welcome to reach out to me. If you go to my Instagram as well and you follow me there, the link in the bio is for you to set up a strategy session. We can help you. I'm here to help you. Salute. We'll see you on the next video. All right. Peace.